Heyo everybody, Haku here with this week's live reaction bingo for One Piece chapter 1190. We're 10 chapters away from 1200. Insane. I am so excited to read. It feels like it's been forever. I've really been loving Elpath since nearly the very start of it, basically. I think it's been amazing. I am having so much fun with this, and I can't wait to see where it goes now. What's going to happen with Scopper? I don't think things are looking very good for him. Are we just going to focus on the Sanji and Zoro fights? What's going to happen? And with the title, I don't remember off the top of my head what it was. I just clicked on the link. The title is interesting too. So before we get into any of that, let's see what we get on our bingo card. If you want to play along with bingo yourself, there will be a link to the generator down in the comments and description. I update it every time, and you can go and make your own card and see what you end up with to play along, whether you're reading on your own or following along with the video. So, you know, you can do bingo that way. Or if you want to see these videos early, when I record the scans, I try to post it for patrons and channel members as soon, like right away as I can, so you can see it early as soon as I read the scans. If you want to hit join down below to become a member, go to patreon.com/Haku of the Tubes, or link will be in the description to become a patron. You get it early, but I will post it for everybody when the official translation comes out. That way, you know, I'm not spoiling anybody or anything. Either way, intro out of the way, let's see what I got on my bingo card. This time, I end up with Odar Narrator Box, Straw Hat Grand Fleet Representative, Vivi Wappler Morgans, Yonko, Caradandor Zunisha, Revolutionary Marine, Apparent Death, Bounty Reveal, Gorose, Child, New Named Character, Free Space which we can click, Blood, Sweat, or Tears, Food, any Straw Hat member, Imo-sama, Cross Guild, Devil Fruit Awakening, Joy Boy or Nika mentioned, Zoan Transformation, New Name Devil Fruit, Named Attack, Kid or Heart Pirates, which I brought back into the mix of things that you could potentially get, just because, once again, we've got to see them eventually, you would think. We've got to see them eventually. I had taken it off because we were in the middle of the flashback, and it's like, okay, we're not seeing them now. And again, bingo would have been harder in the flashback. But now that we're back out of the flashback, I was like, oh yeah, I probably need to add that back as an option. And at least I consolidated it into one space, because if it was taking up two separate spaces, that would just be hard mode. And then flashback. So with that aside, let's start reading the chapter. It's called Chapter 1190, One Whose Death is Celebrated. And we have cover request by Koiru-kun. Cats gather around Shanks as he grills fish for a breakfast in a port town. Okay. Interesting stuff. And it's Fuchsia Village. We haven't seen it in a while. Luffy there in the background. But that means that we've got quite a bit we could fill in here. We've got food. I was checking if anybody had any sweat because of the heat from the grill, but I didn't really see any. We have Child Luffy, so that counts, and we have Yonko, both Shanks and now Luffy. Plus Luffy is a Straw Hat member, so that counts. Calling it a flashback, like it's just a cover request, it's not a real event that we can know happened or anything like that. So I think it might be a bit extreme to call it a flashback. That might be going a bit too far. So with that aside, let's check out the actual chapter. And we start off, Scopper Gyaban to the rescue. And he clashes axes with Imo, smiling, and Luffy is still going through it. And all the tree behind him gets cut up, reminiscent of the pillar behind Zoro in that Alabasta fight. The part with Luffy goes flying, both swords come out. Okay, so can he control the swords through the air? We have Luffy going, Gwa! And then it seems like Imu swings his axe, but Gyaban flash steps out of there. What a hideous form. You don't even seem to be of this world. And he's put his axe into one of the tree limbs to hang up above. Who art thou? Someone who understands the world. True! Okay, I just got goosebumps. That is such a cold line, but also because, yeah, he is one of the people who's seen the One Piece. This is crazy. We actually have somebody here in the action who's seen the One Piece. He drops back down. And Luffy's still screaming. Hey, get up, Straw Hat Luffy. It hurts. You're a disappointment. An injured old man just had to save your ass. Don't you have any shame? So, you have a shiny white form and became an emperor. Big deal. Don't get cocky. It hurts, old man. Let me go. Do you want to die here? I'm not gonna die. Let me go. You may as well. You're pathetic. Do you know what'll happen if you croak now? I won't be able to save my friend's home. That's right. And what'll happen to your crew? We still have not been up to the top layer. They'd be in danger, right? Remember, when you rise up in this sea, the number of enemies targeting you only increases. The King of the Pirates is a title reserved for one whose death is celebrated, because everyone's gunning for their throne. That is, again, such a cool way to look at things too, from somebody who was on the King of the Pirates crew. If any part of you still thinks becoming Pirate King is going to be a stroll in the park, then go home now. It hurts, damn it. If you're not cut out for this, you're just in the way, you stupid brat, and he throws him. That hurts. Damn old fart. He keeps on running his mouth. I'll show him a live emu reaction. Then, Praying Mantis Axe. We have Praying Mantis Plum. Reference to a parable in Zhuangzi about a praying mantis attempting to stop an emperor's carriage. Is this a jest? You want to kill him, don't you? Indeed. And then, he really reminds you of him, doesn't he? Joy Boy. Who art thou? What dost thou know of Mu? And he pulls out another sword. Honabami Toshiro. Bone Eater, forged by one of the big three of Japanese swordsmiths. Okay, very cool. I love the snakes eating their tails wheel of the guard. Okay, so Honabami Toshiro. What dost thou know? And seems like Gyaban is still dealing with him. I learned from Joy Boy's own words. But don't get me wrong. I have no intention of chasing after a person from the past that I've never seen nor met. I just want to see my captain's death, or my captain's dream through till the end. And then he coughs up blood again. Captain? Stupid old man looking down on me. Come on, heal. Heal, even if it's just for a bit. Who is this captain? The King of the Pirates. Gold D. Roger. This is such a cool chapter so far. This is so cool so far. Like, Emo is such a cool villain, and Gyaban has so much aura this chapter. He is so cool. Gyaban is so sick. This is distasteful. Why is a D being called King of the Pirates? Do not let his name spread any further. As you command. We have him talking to the Gorosei? That's right, the one who ushered in this golden age of piracy. And why would his former crewmate protect Straw Hat Luffy? Because you're trying so hard to get rid of him. Doesn't that seem the most obvious? Or doesn't that explanation seem the most obvious? When you declared a kid like that a threat, eventually someone that can surpass us will be born. We were just too early, says Roger. You may as well have announced that he is the one we've been waiting for. And we get to see Rayleigh, Crocus, Shanks, Odin, and Newgate. A valid point. We were hasty and foolish. Perhaps we simply mistook numerous coincidences for fate. Let us put an end to this. Wait, you idiot. Okay, before I continue, it looks like we're going into a 2-page spread. So before I get to see what it is, let me double check through this really quick. Have we got a narrator box? I don't think we've seen a narrator box yet. I don't think so. Just double checking. We did see the Gorosei. Hold on. Didn't really think about that. I don't think we've had an apparent death yet, or a Marine yet, or a Revolutionary. But yeah, technically we haven't seen any of those. We've definitely seen some blood here, though. I guess we haven't seen a new named character, I guess. Joy Boy has been mentioned, for sure. We are doing some Devil Fruit Awakenings here. Imusama is right here. Nobody from Cross Guild. We didn't see Buggy yet. Flashback, though, to Roger. I would count those as a flashback. Then we have had a named attack, yeah, from Scopper. And do we count Emu or Luffy as Zoan transformation? I guess it technically is. I don't like counting Luffy's fruit as a Zoan, even though it technically is, because it's such a stupid Aspel no Mi. But Emu's is very much, like, we can say for sure, he doesn't actually, like, that is the devil fruit making him look like that. He probably doesn't look like that outside of the fruit. So I feel like Zoan transformation is fair enough. At least for Emu. Technically for Luffy as well, even though I don't like to count that. Then, sorry, Treasure Tree Adam. Scopper jumps up into the air. I don't want to devour you, but... Ouch. Damn, my joint's ache. This body of mine's gotten run down. That punk. I won't forgive him, even if he is Rayleigh's friend. Stig Kamudo. And he slices through the limbs of the tree. We have these beams of Haki coming down and bouncing off of Emu. And we see the parts of the limbs now falling. Old as thou art still the Pirate King's crew. Is that what you think? 80,000 slash, Grim Throng, Honabami. And it looks like the Honabami snake made it up to Scopper, but there are all the slashes coming in, like when he chopped up the castle before. I could say the same to you, you know. And we have bleeding from the forehead, Emu. Realm of the Dead. And Emu was having to block there. Cutting away, though, and we see the huge, massive parts of the tree limb falling down to the Realm of the Dead. Realm of the Sun. What's that? Kya. What? Did Luffy do that? No, it was someone else, and they're strong. Overwhelmingly strong. Ah, and he's Naruto'd down on the ground. We see Scopper taken down. And it does look like the Honabami serpent did make it up to him with that attack. What? Old man. Chapter 1190 end. Scopper is him. That was such a cool chapter. That was so cool. And the lore hints, the hype of somebody who wasn't just cool in a fighting sense, but he has all of this knowledge. He mentioned knowing the words from Joy Boy himself. We get another one of the weapons from Emu, and again, Emu's just been such a cool villain here. So good. Okay. Really bad injury, but I would not say that this is apparent death. I don't think we got any Marines or Revolutionaries that I can think of, though. Did we get a representative? Maybe. I'll have to check back. We didn't get any actual new named character either. I might have just gotten very, very unlucky. I think I did just get really unlucky. I do not think, unless I missed a narrator box, I do not think I got a bingo. But maybe representative. Hold on, let me check. Was Hyridine there in that scene? Like, we see Gerd and Loki. We've got Ragnar up there and the Straw Hats. But no, we don't see Hyridine, so I guess not. What a cool chapter, though. I'm just scrolling back up through it. Oh, I guess actually we got Realm of the Dead. We did get a Oda narrator box. Okay, we did get bingo because we got the Realm of the Dead one. Nice. Okay. We got the Realm of the Dead box. Just scrolling back up through. What a good chapter. That was amazing. Very, very cool. Looks like Luffy may get back up and into the fight, though. But, again, he is pretty messed up, so... I don't know how much Luffy's gonna be doing here. I also don't know how much, Emu has left, because Emu is still coughing up blood, and he's taken damage now, both from Loki and from Gyaban. So cool. Love the design of the axe. Love Honebami too. And still, we haven't seen up to the top realm yet. There's also still this giant massive sword looking at this shot of the full island. Okay, well, with that aside, I'm going to end here. So, if you did like the video, comment down there to tell me what you thought of this chapter, what you thought of my first thoughts and reaction. How do you do on bingo? Subscribe for more One Piece, much more on the channel. Like I said before, if you want to become a member or patron, you will get these when the scans go up. Just hit join down below to become a member. Go to patreon.com/Haku of the Tubes, or a link will be in the description. You can get your name at the end of videos too, and just help support the channel that way. Or if you want to support by sharing the channel around and dropping a super thanks, that's appreciated too if you wanted to do that. But thank you to people who are already members and patrons. Thank you to chosen regulars Evan Hawley and Bertie Wooster, Magical Girls DD Ben and Maru, Jerryton Student, David Langstaff, Slayer Candidates, SG and Stan Cedar, and Pure Element Paterial. Thank you all so much for your support. Thank you so much for being here, for watching. Thank you, and I'll see you all next time.